Here we go. Let's go. Get it going.
All right. Shh.
All right, hurry up. All right, here we go. Just breathe. We're talking ball. Here we go.
All right. 3, 2.
Game on! Game on!
Welcome to Game On. My name is David.
My name is Mason. What's going on, everybody?
And to start off today's episode, we'll be focusing on the sports here at DeKalb High School.
That's right. All right, well, we're going to preview this Friday. We got homecoming playing Lincoln Way Central. Lincoln Way Central, they're a very, very solid team. Took a tough loss last week, so they're 3-1. But, yeah, they're definitely one of the better teams we're going to play this year. They're a very physical team. They're good. Frankly, they're really good.
Agreed.
It'll be a tough test. We got to focus on being physical. Mm-hmm. Have to have good execution and be very physical as a unit on both sides of the ball. Yeah, it's homecoming. Obviously you want to get this win, and we're gonna do everything we can to do it. So that's homecoming this week.
And then some other sports going on this week. Golf has a tournament, a DVC tournament. The golf team this season, they've had their moments of shine, but they've also struggled. And this is a huge tournament for them because they go against some pretty top-ranked teams like the Nequa Valleys and the Wabandis. Yep. So honestly, if our golfers can take some good strokes and swings, I don't see why they couldn't stay in this competition. But we wish them the best of luck in this competition.
Good luck, golf.
And the last sporting game that'll be going on this week, girls flag football has their homecoming game against Harvard this Wednesday. It's their full season debut. Last season they got to play like a couple games, but didn't really have a full season. But in their full season debut, the girls have shown some promise.
Yeah, they balled out.
They have a really good home win streak. And if they win this homecoming game, they can use that momentum to ride on the season. And now we'll be moving on to the NFL.
All righty. All right, you two, why don't you introduce yourselves to everyone?
I'm Braden.
And I'm Daniel.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna start. We're gonna ease into this. We're just talking NFL games from this past Sunday. First, we're gonna start off with the Bucs and the Jets. Buccaneers ended up taking a close game win over the Jets. They won 29-27. David, you want to start? Go ahead.
I will start with this game. I would say I only watched the fourth quarter of this game because, at first the Jets were really losing bad, but they mustered their way back to like kind of stay in this game. And the play I really want to recognize for the Jets was that blocked field goal. I just want to say the NFL, it had me thinking this league was scripted because we saw about three
block kicks. Or
four blocked field goals.
Got 2.
Within 5 minutes of each other.
Yeah.
All at the same
all the same time. Yeah.
It's crazy. And Will McDonald, that was just a great play. Way to just that was just great time. He was able to block the kick, run it back. And Aaron Glenn, I don't know if you guys saw that, but he had a crazy sideline celebration. That is what you want for your new coach. But nonetheless, to talk about the Bucs, Emeka Egbuka. When Mike Evans retires, the Bucs are set. They are set. He was making some very impressive grabs. I can't really believe he fell all the way to pick 20. I believe I'm just saying he's the best receiver in this class, and it shows.
100%.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield and his guys. Baker Mayfield, all he needs is just a good, consistent receiver, and Egbuka is doing that so far. And I don't see why not. I'm going to say it right now. Again, Emeka Egbuka is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. If he keeps on putting this level of production, he can run away with this thing.
There's no one else that can give him a run for the competition of Offensive Rookie. The kind of whole draft class as a whole has been weaker, but especially on the offensive side. Cam Ward's going to be in the running because he's been doing decent down in Tennessee, but the running backs haven't been doing much.
Yeah.
All the other receivers haven't done anything. So I think it's safe to say Emeka Egbuka's already won Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
I agree.
He's got great speed. He's got great hands. He's got good field knowledge, good field vision. That's what wins him Rookie of the Year. So I think he's got that not in the bag yesterday, but I think in maybe middle of the year, I'd say he's got it in Rookie of the Year in the bag.
And I would just say also just if you think about it, last year when he was at Ohio State, he wasn't the best receiver on his team.
He really wasn't.
He was really looked
that just goes to show Jeremiah Smith in a couple years is going to be crazy.
Absolutely,
because
if he gets in the right team.
Look at what Egbuka's doing now. He was wide receiver 2 last year, and Jeremiah Smith was as a true freshman All-American. He's gonna be something special, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's also nice to have Baker as a quarterback with his history of being really good with their wide receivers like OBJ in Cleveland, Jarvis Landry, stuff like that. So it's really lucky for the both of them because to have a great receiver like that, Mike Evans goes down, you have Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin's
He's a good one's coming back.
Yep. And you have now Emeka Egbuka. If he stays healthy, Buccaneers can go on and win more games and then dominate the division. So
100%.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's definitely their division to
It
win.
definitely is. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the Falcons. I think the first couple games, those were flukes. Granted, they won some of those, but I
Yeah.
don't think Michael Penix has really proven himself yet.
Not yet.
I just haven't
No.
seen anything from his game to
Yeah.
really proven himself.
Didn't he get benched?
I
He
feel
did.
like
He
he
did.
did get
I
benched.
think
Yeah.
he did
Cousins-
against Carolina. Yeah.
Kirk Cousins came in and played the fourth quarter because they were down by 30.
See, the Bucks
Yeah.
make a really big statement win and move
Bucks
on to
have
go
been, Bucks have been
3-0.
doing good in these past 3 years since they got in Baker. So good for them.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
Yeah, undefeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to a game that's going to cause a little bit of tension on set. We saw the Browns upset the Packers at home. Mason is a Packers fan and Braden is a Browns fan. So I'll let Mason.
Yeah, Mason, you go
Start
ahead.
off.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Mason started
guess
off.
I'll go ahead and start. I mean, first half really offensively it wasn't our best half for sure, but we dominated the game defensively. I mean, Joe Flacco had under 100 yards in the first half, and I believe it was 10-0 at halftime.
3-0.
Or, oh yeah, oh yeah,
3-0, yeah.
correct,
3-0.
correct.
Yeah.
You're right. 3-0 at halftime. So completely boring game. I'm not gonna lie for the first half, but we were winning, so I was cool. I was content with it. We came out, we scored, make it 10-0. Then Browns get a field goal, and we're up with the ball. We're up a score with the ball with like 4 minutes left, and I mean Jordan Love throws just a boneheaded interception, and the Browns go down and they capitalize off of it. Tie the game up, and then we have the ball again with a minute left and turn it over again, with the blocked field goal. Browns go down, execute the scramble drill really well, get the spike, pick up the first down and get the spike with 2 seconds left, and then he drilled the 55-yard. I mean, it was definitely tough to watch, I'm not going to lie. It was really like I don't think any team deserved to win the game, but I definitely don't think the Browns deserved to win.
That's rightfully so. I mean, it's his opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough to watch, but I mean, I think the Packers will be all right, and I think the Browns are definitely an underrated team. I'll say that. Browns defense is really good. Myles Garrett is probably the best defensive player in the league.
Yeah,
I don't
for
think
sure.
that's really a discussion anymore. It's like, especially if you really sat there and watched. It's like, yeah. Brady, you go ahead. Go ahead, just give it to me, man.
It was. I give your Green Bay props. That was a really good defensive game.
Yep.
Micah Parsons had a couple good things, but going on to the Browns defense, they had 6 sacks overall.
Yeah.
Rookie Carson Schlesinger had a really great game.
He did. He actually.
He
was all over.
I saw
the
your
field.
reaction, David. You're like, who is that?
Yeah, I was like,
second
who is
round.
that?
Their second round pick.
He was balling.
And he was a really underrated pick. Late in the game, Browns offense started firing. Before that, Joe Flacco didn't do that good.
No, not at all. He didn't throw a touchdown
correct.
pass.
Yeah, he did not have a
Didn't
single
throw a
touchdown pass. David Njoku, they kind of got that good thing, but with Joe, didn't really do much. Quinshon Judkins was doing good at the end.
Yeah, he
got them
ran well.
that touchdown.
He did, yeah.
The O-line suffered a little bit. I found out recently that DeJuan Jones, the right tackle, was out with a knee injury again,
Yeah.
which is sad because the last 2 seasons they've had him, it's knee injuries. So that's definitely gonna bruise them a little bit. I saw the one play Myles Garrett got triple teamed in like a conga line.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. That's what you got to
Jordan, run!
do. Yeah.
Really to come down to the end with the energy in the stadium. The pure Browns fans trying to keep it there.
Yeah.
And then coming down to the last 2 seconds. Week 1, everyone Andre Schmidt's head on a stake. So for him to come up clutch like that from a 50-yard field goal, that's not a chip shot. So he came in clutch just to get us the win. Give that momentum going into week 4 against the Lions, which we'll get into that later. But Lions are a really good team.
They are.
So is what it is. Great team, great game, and I'd say it's a pretty good one.
Yeah. All right, moving on to our next game. AFC Showdown, divisional game between the Chargers and the Broncos. Chargers played really well, got squeaked it out 23-20. David, what do you got to say about this?
I mean, Justin Herbert and company continue to show us why they're a contending team. Justin Herbert continues to show why he can be an MVP candidate. Unfortunately, Najee Harris goes down, but that's okay. They have Omarion Hampton, their running back, who they drafted. And Omarion Hampton, he is the future. I don't think the Chargers are really putting all their chips on Najee Harris, especially with him. He's going to be rehabbing this Achilles. And I know an Achilles for a ball carrier, especially a running back, is
It's tough to come
it's
back.
it's really a bad blow.
For sure.
So, I mean, the time is now for Marion Hampton to get going. I mean, but this receiving core, like Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnston continues to,
he's balling.
He's
having
impressive.
a great year.
Yeah. He's not
having a
really
great
dropping
year.
passes like he is. Like when Justin Herbert needs a big play, he's gonna throw it up to Quentin Johnson.
Yeah.
He has nice
Yeah.
size. He's like 6'3", 6'4",
Something like
Yeah,
that.
like
yeah.
big body receiver.
about over 200 pounds. Like Quentin Johnson, he's like finally being this guy that we saw at TCU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the Broncos, I mean, the Broncos played some really good defense in this game. I think I had predicted last episode that this was going to be a very back and forth tight game. I don't think I had the Chargers winning. I can't really remember, but I just knew this was going to be it was going to be a divisional game. They're rivals. They're trying to get a win within their division. But the Chargers scraped this one out, and I really can't say anything bad about the Chargers. The Chargers kind of struggled, kind of starting the season, but this year, something different.
Yeah. They've definitely – yeah, I mean, Justin Herbert's been absolutely just like – he's been ice cold.
Yeah.
You know, he's been
Phenomenal.
He's been great. He's pretty much played flawless these last 3 games, and, I mean, they keep squeaking out wins. That's now 2 divisional wins for them.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
it's
It's 3.
No, because they beat the Chargers.
they beat the Chargers and the Broncos and the Chiefs.
Yeah,
They
the Chiefs,
did.
Raiders, and
They
yeah,
did.
They
Oh,
own
they're
the
for all
division.
3.
They own the
Ooh, that's
division.
good.
Yeah,
That's good.
All
Division
3
right now.
games. I was gonna say that. Yeah,
That's
all
good for them. Wow.
their first 3 games of the season have all been divisional. They've
Yeah.
all won it. So at this point, I mean, the Chargers, I feel it's pretty safe to say they won it. I mean, they already lead the whole division 3-0.
It's really their division to lose at
It
this
definitely
point.
is.
Yeah, it's their division to
definitely
lose.
is. And, I mean, yeah, the Chiefs have 2 losses. So do the Broncos now because they lost to the Colts last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Chargers are undefeated. They're the only undefeated team in their division. Like, they could really run away with this in these next couple of weeks. I mean, they've looked great. Keenan Allen's kind of having a resurgence back in L.A. Obviously, going down, Najee Harris going down with the Achilles, that's really tough.
Yeah.
And you got to feel for Najee because
You really do, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's been, like, ridiculed
Yeah,
for, you know,
it's-
just not performing in Pittsburgh. And then now he comes to L.A., and then his just Achilles just pops, and it's definitely tough. But, I mean, yeah, Chargers get the win. Bo Nix is, you know, that's 2 straight now that they've lost. Bo Nix has got to right his team and get him back in the win column.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And moving on to the next game, another good NFC matchup. Not really divisional, but it was a rematch of last year's divisional round.
That's right.
The Eagles, once again, defeated the Rams. The final score of 33-26. They really didn't need that last-second touchdown they got. They really didn't need it.
No.
It was really the icing on the cake. This game ended on one of those ever so mentioned blocked field goals we talked
field goal.
about. The big boy, Jordan Davis, ran it all the way back.
Get that man some oxygen.
He also has the highest top speed for a guy running over 250 pounds, I think.
Yikes.
Because I think he
was
got
19 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like-
Jordan Davis.
It was
Look
almost
out.
20. I think it was like
Wow.
19.5 or higher.
Yeah.
He was really up there.
Get that man some
I mean,
oxygen.
yeah, this game just was absolute cinema.
It was.
It was.
Really, it was a
It was
great game.
great to
It was a
watch.
great game.
We saw prime Stafford and prime Devontae Adams finally
Adams.
gets his first touchdown of the season. When you have that Stafford to Adams connection, like working out like this, that's promising for the Rams.
It
I know.
is.
Yeah.
Even though these teams lost, there's some things like that. There's promising things that you can build off to give you momentum in the rest of the season. Devontae Adams looked great. I don't know if he's been called washed, but he's shown that he can still produce at his
He's
age.
shown he's still Devontae Adams.
That's
Yeah,
true.
because
He's
with the
Devontae
Raiders and
Adams.
Jets, everybody was saying he was washed, but I think Devontae Adams made a statement with
Yeah.
that game.
100%.
Definitely. And then Kyron Williams, he's kind of getting he already had his name established, but he's building his name even more.
Yep.
Because most people, I don't think, if I were to ask you, I don't think people would have Kyron Williams as a top 10 running back. I don't think so.
Nah,
They
not
don't, but
quite.
he
Not
deserves
quite.
to be up there. I mean, last year he went like I think 6 weeks straight with the rushing touchdown. You know, it's pretty hard to do that with, especially their O line had a lot of injuries early on in
Yeah.
the season, and I think it took them to like week 8 to break that streak. And having a weaker offensive line with all the injuries, I think Kyler Williams is probably top 5.
Could be.
Could be by the end of the season.
That's definitely a hot take. That's like
It's good.
a
I like
tough
it. I
take.
like it.
But to talk about the Eagles, I mean, AJ Brown, I mean, because I know in week 1 he really struggled.
he did.
Even though
He
the
definitely did.
Eagles won, but he showed why the Eagles went out to go get him a couple years. Like, he's showing why he's a wide receiver 1. Granted, they have 2 wide receiver 1s. I think him and Devontae Smith kind of like, it's really
pretty close.
neck and neck.
Yeah, but I think it's they have such a different skill set is why they complement each other so much. Because like T.
Definitely.
Higgins and Jamar Chase, they kind of like clash at each other because they're both somewhat similar. But I think they complement each other's game so much. AJ Brown's your big body receiver, and then Devontae Smith's your smaller slot guy.
Yep.
You know he's going to run past all the defenders in the middle of the field.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say, I mean, even AJ Brown didn't get his first catch till like 2 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah.
And he still finished the game with 100 yards and a
Yeah,
touchdown.
right.
It's like, you know, it's just like that is why you got to get number 11 the ball.
Yeah.
You got to get him the ball.
Yeah.
You got to find a way. If you're Nick Sirianni, you got to find a way to just get him touches early in the game, get him going so that I mean, granted, they ended up winning, so it doesn't really matter.
It really
but
doesn't
like,
matter.
AJ Brown's got to touch the ball in the first half. He didn't even have a target. Like he's got to find a way to get something going for number 11. Like he's got to have the ball.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like kind of like how Ben Johnson has with DJ Moore taking like reps at running back and jet sweep. I definitely think that AJ Brown should be getting some jet sweeps or like reps at running back. They need to find a way to get him the ball because he's a big body receiver. He's gonna run through like the linebackers and stuff. So I mean, he's very good with yards after catch. So I think they definitely need to find a way to get him in the run game because if you get like triple backfield and you get Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and AJ back there, that's gonna be hard to defend.
It really is. And then moving on to a game that, again, broke my heart. I had some choice words in the comfort of my own home last night, but I'm not going to use those choice words here on this podcast. The Detroit Lions came into Baltimore and just bullied the Ravens. I know the final score doesn't really show it, but if you watch this game like I did, yes, I took 2 hours out of my day to watch this game. I'm going to talk about the Detroit Lions first, then I'll get into the Ravens. I'm going to make this quick, though. Like I said, the Detroit Lions came into M&T Bank Stadium and absolutely just ran over the Ravens. They had this kind of new reformed O-line with these young guys like Tate Radlish, I think Christian Mahogany. They're two young guards. And then Graham Glasnow, who doesn't really play center, but this is his first year playing center because Frank Ragnar retired. But this reformed Lions O-line, they didn't look like they were reformed. They looked like experienced people. They were just
for sure.
running past the Ravens. I mean, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs got great holes, and it shows because David Montgomery, he broke off a huge run. He could have housed it, but,
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton's a little bit quicker than him, but, David Montgomery's an angry runner, and he'll run with a purpose, and he's not afraid to get some yards when he needs to. Just put his shoulder down and hit somebody.
Yeah, the Sonic and Knuckles connection.
Yeah,
with
Sonic and Knuckles,
Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, they won the game for the Lions.
They did. They really did.
Absolutely. I mean, the Ravens are known for having one of the best defenses, specifically one of the best run defenses.
Yeah.
And those two ran all over the Ravens. Like it was, they definitely dominated, and they broke the record for dual running backs.
Yeah,
really?
Touchdowns,
they did. Yeah,
touchdowns in the same game. They broke the record. I mean, when you have those two guys like we said, Sonic and Knuckles, where one guy is gonna run through someone's face and the other guy make everyone miss and take off, and it's definitely a good dynamic between the two backs that they have, and obviously it worked. I mean, they dominated the Ravens the run defense, and that front seven was just helpless against that run game. They absolutely dominated it, and that's what won them the game.
Jared Goff and Monroe St. Brown, they had a couple good connections downfield.
Yep.
What I was seeing, Ravens just kind of left the middle of the field wide open.
They did a lot. Oh.
Yeah. David, do you want to turn to your Ravens here in a bit?
Yes, just y'all keep going.
All right, Brayden, we'll let David go after you real quick.
Yeah. So if you have that connection middle of the field, you get some Monroe St. Brown some space. He's good there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they got him. He'll make somebody miss too if he needs to. If someone's coming up around him, and that's what you need to win games. You need a guy that misses, a guy that's got hands, and he knows football well.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
So.
And before I talk about the Ravens as a whole, I will give credit to the Detroit Lions defense, which will lead me to the Ravens. They sacked Lamar Jackson 7 times.
All Aiden Hutchinson.
And 2.
I think
most
so.
Most of them.
But
he
was definitely back there.
I think he had like 5 of them.
Because,
and I think he had half on the others. But yeah.
Something Mohammed, he
let's
had
look
2.
That up.
Yeah. I mean,
I
coming
can't
back
remember
from
his first name, but
coming
something
back from the
Mohammed.
snap.
I think Alquin Muhammad.
Oh,
Alquin,
yeah. I think Campbell, one of their linebackers, had a sack.
Yeah, that's true. But Lions had 7 sacks to the Ravens 0.
Ooh.
I mean,
and you have the rookie Mike Green too.
That's true. And to the Lions' credit, they got after Lamar. But to Lamar, what Lamar Jackson does, he won't get rid of it. He's not going to throw away the ball. Lamar is always going to try to make something out of nothing, and that's great. You love that, but we need to stop taking sacks. Right. And also this offensive line, because Lamar doesn't get sacked by himself. It's also the blocking of the offensive line. I mean, it wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It could have been better. I feel like on a lot of plays, like after something wouldn't go right, the Ravens would just give up. And we can't afford to give up against a team like this, especially contender. They came into your house and beat you. The Ravens want to be known for physicality. They want to be known to run over people. But that was done to them.
Yeah.
Like that was just classic bullying that happened.
Yeah, Lions needed their revenge from last year. It was 52 to
I think
6.
It was
Yeah.
a
Or 9?
that game was 2 years ago. Yeah, that was
2 years ago.
high scoring game.
It was.
Yeah, so they need their revenge
For the
going
Ravens.
back into
But
Baltimore.
real quick, to Derrick Henry standards as a running back with these fumbles every week, would you consider him washed? Because he was known for being strong and with good ball handling.
I wouldn't say he's washed.
I
To
wouldn't
Derrick
say
Henry's
I'm washed.
standard, though.
No.
I would just say, I mean, as a runner, he's definitely getting older.
Mhm.
I mean, he's definitely not struggling either.
At all.
He hasn't been slowing down, but I mean, he's getting older. And as a running back gets older and older, they're
The wear and tear starts to show.
Right,
Yeah.
the wear and tear, and they'll end up making the mistakes that they wouldn't when they were younger, and they'll struggle. But I wouldn't say Derrick Henry's having a down year. I mean, he's still the Ravens are still. I mean, that's their identity on offense. Is they've got Lamar Jackson, they've got Derrick Henry. They're going to run the ball with them. They're going to use their weapons that they have, and Derrick Henry's been one of them for multiple years now.
Definitely.
And real quick, I just want to say. So we were talking about Aiden Hutchinson earlier. Maybe how he had 5 sacks was the number we threw out. Aiden Hutchinson
yeah.
only had 1. He had a forced
Yeah, he
fumble.
did.
Really?
He had
Yeah.
1
That-
sack.
I
But,
could've sworn
but
he
that
had
just
one. He was-
that really just goes to show that his presence is just it's felt by people
Yeah.
watching at home. You
Yeah.
know, like he's always back there. He's always making plays, and that just is another reason why he was on pace to win Defensive Player of the Year
That's
last
true.
year
Before he got injured, yeah.
I mean, like, he's definitely one of the better edge rushers
right.
or defensive players in general in the NFL. For
Yeah.
sure.
Say top 5 edge rusher for sure.
Oh yeah,
No,
easily.
Yeah, for
definitely.
sure, yeah.
100%.
And real quick, David,
All
how
right.
do you feel about having the same record as the Cleveland Browns?
Ooh,
It is what it
A team
is.
that's notoriously
Ooh.
It is what I mean. We have a division win over y'all, so that gives us a little bit of leverage. But
right.
some final notes I'll say about this game. I'll just say Derrick Henry is in a slump of some sorts. He's not washed. He may be regressing, but I don't think he's ultimately washed. I think the Ravens will come over this, but they have a tall task against the Chiefs next week, which we'll get into later.
Call
But
it his senior slump because he was kind of old.
yeah,
so.
he's
Yeah, senior slump.
getting
Well,
old.
And Baltimore sophomore because it's the second year.
Yeah,
Right, yeah, I guess.
I get what you're saying, but I think the Ravens definitely have some things to work on. They should take. I mean, Mark Andrews finally got back on track
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
game.
He did.
But
He's a tough guy. I like him, even though I'm not a Ravens fan. He's a great tight end.
yeah, the Ravens just got to go back to the drawing board and just come out ready next week against the Chiefs.
Definitely.
Moving into next week's games, we're going to start off with the Commanders and the Falcons. So my prediction for this game, if Jaden Daniels comes back, even if he isn't playing, I still think the Commanders could beat the Falcons. The Falcons, even though they have, I don't know if it's 2, they have 1 or 2, I think it's 2 wins.
2 wins. I
Commanders?
think, yeah, Carolina was their first
Yeah,
loss.
they are 2-1.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
2-1. I don't, in those 2 wins, I just think,
No, they're 1 or 2 because Tampa
yeah.
beat them.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
Tampa, yeah.
yeah, they're 1 and
yeah,
2.
yeah.
Okay, but even in that win that they had against the Vikings, that game didn't get good to the fourth quarter. But anyway, I think that the Commanders are going to come into Atlanta and just beat the Falcons. I mean,
Yeah.
although the Falcons have some defensive stars like Jesse Bates, A.J. Terrell, some linebackers, some D linemen, I just think that the Commanders are just going to come into Atlanta and just take control
Yeah.
of the Falcons. The Falcons don't have anything that give me a reason as to why they should win this game. So if Jaden Daniels is back, even if he isn't, I still think that the Commanders can pull this out.
Yeah, I would just say just to be blunt, the Commanders are the better team.
Yeah.
They're better. They're just every aspect of the ball. They're better. I think they're just gonna come in and prove that. Michael Penix, to be honest, looked terrible last week. I mean, he got benched.
He did, yeah.
He got shut out by Carolina. I mean, that's you never want that to happen, especially to a division rival. But I mean, that offense looked atrocious.
Yeah.
I mean, even Marcus Mariota in the Commanders' office last week looked good.
Yeah.
But now they get Jaden Daniels back, and that adds a whole other dynamic to their offense.
Yeah.
So I think this game shouldn't be close. I think
Yeah,
it'll be
it
Commanders
shouldn't
by
at
a
all.
lot.
And Debo Samuel looked good too.
He did.
You know,
Debo's,
he had that
his
long,
resurgence.
kickoff return. Didn't get quite get a touchdown, but it was really good
Yeah.
seeing old Debo
Making plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just making plays.
Yeah.
early San Francisco Debo. So yeah, I think Commanders are going to take that one.
I just want to say something real quick. Bijan Robinson. The Commanders do not have a good run defense. That's why I want to talk
That is
about
true.
this game.
That's true. Bijan Robinson.
They do
yeah.
not have a good run defense against probably, I say the third best running back in the league. I think go
Probably.
Saquon, Derek, Bijan. So I think with the Commanders having a
He's-
weaker run defense, I think they're like 29 last year, and I think this year they're still like somewhere in the like high 20, almost 30 range. And Bijan Robinson being top 3, I think Bijan can put the team on his back and kind of carry them and keep it close.
Could be.
Moving on to another game on Sunday, we have the Ravens going to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. In this game, I'm going to always stick with my team no matter what. I'm going to have the Ravens win this game by 3. It's going to be a very hard-fought game. I predict it to be a high-scoring game because these are some AFC powerhouses. And you can really this is going to be a game that's absolute cinema. I feel like we're not going to ask for anything more, anything less coming out of this game. I think the Ravens get this win to kind of get back on track. I think they have some guys coming back from injury after coming into this game. So give me the Ravens. I think it's going to be a pretty close game, but it's all going to come down to the fourth quarter. Who wants it more?
Chiefs aren't going to win this game. Travis Kelce's been angry out of nowhere at the coach.
We've seen that.
Yeah, ever since the Super Bowl, he's kind of had it out for Reed.
If I was Coach Reed, I would take no more of it. I'd say, hey, you're sitting down unless you want to act different towards me. Be that head coach you're supposed to be, one of the greats, and take control. You can't just let one of your players yell at you like that. You need to show them that if you don't stop, you're gonna be punished. So I feel like if he doesn't, and especially towards the players, week 1, kind of animosity towards each other. Hitting Xavier Worthy, he's still out, so that's gonna
Rasheed Rice is still suspended.
That's gonna hurt the Chiefs some.
Definitely is.
So. Ravens defense, I think, gonna have a bounce back game.
I hope so.
Yeah, they should be able to.
Yeah.
They have no choice.
Chiefs defense is kind of on the decline. I think if they can get Derrick Henry back up and running, the Ravens can pull off a win with this one.
I have a quick take on it. I mean, the Chiefs, they lost their first 2. They've only beat the Giants. There's not much to take away from that.
Yes.
They lost to the Chargers, which was a must-win game because it's a divisional opponent week 1. So, I mean, it's the Ravens. The Chiefs haven't done anything this year. And to say, they have a win, but it's against the Giants.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, really, I would just say, I think it'll definitely be a close game. The Chiefs just don't. It just doesn't feel the same when they're missing their 2 receivers.
That's true,
When they're missing Rasheed Rice and
that
Xavier
offense
Worthy.
it's not very dynamic as it is.
Exactly, right. It's very one-dimensional. It's kind of, it either works or it doesn't, which is, it's not the Chiefs that we're used to. So, as a Packers fan, it's nice to see because I'm tired of seeing the Chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the whole league. That's the whole league.
Yeah, everyone's just tired of seeing the Chiefs we beat everybody and just make the Super Bowl every year. So it's definitely nice to see, but they're definitely not the same team as they have been. And the Ravens, I honestly do think they're gonna bounce back, take it, go into Arrowhead in a hostile environment and get the win.
I will say real quick, what's happened to Isaiah Pacheco? He's healthy and he's been playing.
That's true. We haven't seen.
He's just done nothing.
I just don't think his.
I think that's another big key part of the offense falling apart is they have no run game.
He's just been like a non-factor.
Yeah,
and Kareem Hunt's getting older, so
he's
Plus, I think Kareem Hunt's getting more touches. I mean, fine, put out the guy that you want to put out there, but Isaiah Pacheco, I would think is their running back of the future. So why not give him?
Touches? He was so promising his first 2 years there.
He was, yeah.
And moving on to another good game, some undefeated NFC opponents. And I really think whoever wins this game could probably go on to win the whole NFC or be at the top of the NFC.
This could be for the 1 seed.
We have the Eagles going to Tampa to take on the Buccaneers. Real quick, I'm going to give this win. I like the upset in a sense. Let me give it to the Bucs. I think that
I like it.
Yeah.
Although the Eagles' defense is great, I just don't. I think that what the Buccaneers are game planning for, I think that their offense is going to do something like we've seen before, but not really seen. If that kind of makes sense, I think we're going to see another breakout game from Emeka Egbuka because I know Mike Evans will be tightly guarded, even though he's getting up there in age. He still produces. I just think that the Bucs are just going to come out there and maybe shock the world, but they're just going to come out and flat out win this game. It's going to be a close game, but it's going to be a heavy offensive game. Can't wait to see this game. But give me the Bucs.
Yep, me too. I'm going to say with Baker Mayfield's clutchness and what he can do in the last 2 minutes of a game, he always shows out. Bucky Irving, of course, he's doing a great job. Emeka Egbuka is, like we said earlier, phenomenal. If that offense can just do what they need to do, their O-line protects everything they got. And the Eagles defense, yeah, sure, it's good. You got Jalen Carter, you got a few others, you got Cooper DeJean and Reed Blankenship. It's a couple of standouts, but I don't think that'll be enough to stop the Bucs offense.
Yeah, I also say the Bucs because I say their teams built so similar. Mike Evans, A.J. Brown, Emeka Egbuka, Devontae Smith, Bucky Irving, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Carter, Vita Vea, Antoine Winfield, Cooper DeJean. But Baker Mayfield's a better quarterback, so I have the Bucs taking it.
That's a hot take.
Baker Mayfield,
That's a hot take.
Baker Mayfield is better. Baker Mayfield's better than Jalen Hurts.
I'll take it.
I honestly, I'm going to say I don't think you can compare Bucky Irving to Saquon Barkley.
Just yet.
Not yet.
I don't know. I mean, they play a little bit similar as to the way they run the ball, but I think Saquon Barkley is just levels above really any running back in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do like the Baker take. I do think Baker Mayfield is better than Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is a solid quarterback who is just in like the ideal situation.
He's just a game manager.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Cam Newton says, game manager.
It's like he's got the best offensive line every year. He's got really 3 great receivers. He's always got a good tight end, and obviously has Saquon Barkley. So every single team is like, this guy just like was all pro. He is the best running back in the league. Almost had a record-setting year. It's like we got to stop this guy. And then you got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. So it's like he's just in a great situation as a quarterback. He's in any rookie quarterback coming into the league. He's like, I want that situation.
Exactly.
Jalen Hurts has played in his entire career.
He's pretty much brought into it. He didn't have to go through the stuff Baker did within Cleveland, then bouncing around in Los Angeles and Carolina. Now he's brought into Tampa, and he's thrived. He's one of the top 5 quarterbacks now, and I'd say maybe top 10, top 15 of kind of all time now. I feel like he's getting there.
It's a good take.
So for our next game, we'll have Mason start off with it. It's Packers versus the Cowboys. Micah Parsons
return to Dallas.
Jerry Jones.
Yep. Micah Parsons returns to Dallas. I honestly think I'm expecting a big game from him.
Yeah.
As far as how the game is gonna go, I mean, the Packers I feel like should be playing with a chip on their shoulder. They should be playing pissed off after taking a bad loss to the Browns. I honestly think they'll bounce back every aspect of the game. Micah Parsons is going to absolutely ball out and let Jerry Jones know that he made the biggest mistake of his life.
For sure.
Trading Micah Parsons for Kenny Clark in draft picks. I mean, as a Packers fan, I just think about it every day, and I'm just like, wow, that's just like...
It's a blessing.
It really is.
Yeah,
it really is.
For sure.
But I honestly don't think the Cowboys are very good. I think the Packers' defense is going to dominate them. Give me the Packers by at least 2 scores.
For sure. I'm going to jump in here as a Bears fan. We had that Khalil Mack trade back in 2018, so I know how much having that elite edge rusher is going to help them. I think Micah Parsons being on the Packers is going to make them a Super Bowl contender, coming from a Bears fan.
Right.
But Matt Eberflus can't call a defense. He plays 4 down linemen, and you're missing – because when he was head coach of Chicago, but when they traded for Montez Sweat, he said, in order to run my defense properly, you need an elite edge rusher. So you take a top 5 edge rusher in the league, and you trade him. He plays basic weak cover 2 defense that leaves the middle open. You saw that against the Bears.
Yep.
He had wide open shots to DJ Moore and Cole Kmet in the end zone. I have the Packers winning this, honestly, probably in a blowout. They can't stop the run because DeAndre Swift being, he had flashes, a very questionable running back still. But for him to have that game that he had with, I think 2 rushes for, 20-yard breaks and then the screenplay as well, I think that, Trevon Diggs, too, as well.
Yeah.
Just getting absolutely burnt by Rome Odunze.
Oh, that was
And you have Xavier Worthy of, what's the receiver's name that you got? Matthew Golden. Yeah. Have him be a burner receiver. I think that the Packers are just going to maul the Cowboys. I have it by almost 3 touchdowns.
And to jump in here real quick, I believe we have about 3 minutes left, so I'm going to make my pick quick. The Packers are of what everybody's saying. Give me the Packers. The Packers are going to come into Dallas and just play pissed off and win.
I have nothing else to add. The Packers are going to win it. They need definitely, like Mason said, they need a bounce back game from the Browns.
Yep.
So does the Cowboys. Getting a big loss from the Bears, but give me Packers.
Yeah.
In the last game, real quick, we have the Indianapolis Colts coming to LA. Give me the Rams. I think that the Colts' hot streak stops here.
I'm gonna say, give me the Colts. Give me Indiana Jones. Danny Dimes. He has led this Jeremy Lin sanity. The Colts. Nobody. I don't think anybody expected the Colts to be 3-0.
No, they should be fighting for the first round pick.
Right. That exactly. Everyone thought maybe they'd be 0-3 instead of 3-0. But
for sure,
Daniel Jones comes in, wins the starting job, and they're 3-0 with 3 great wins over solid teams.
It took them 3 games to finally punt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They finally punted for the first time last week. And I honestly think that they stay hot and they upset the Rams. Indiana Jones. He's the guy in Indiana. Give me him.
Before we get out of here, you too.
Nothing really. I'll take the Colts too. Explosive offense.
No. Give me the Rams. Jared Verse is going to have a breakout game this year. He's going to take another step up. Jared Verse and that Rams D-line is going to expose Daniel Jones for who they truly are.
I like that. Well, everybody, thank you for watching episode 3 of Game On. Remember, my name is David. This is Mason. This is Daniel. This is Braden. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
See ya.
Peace.
Thank you.